Hello students, welcome back. So now I will show you how you can deploy a machine learning model on AWS EC2 instance. So the steps I'll be following would be these. First, I'm going to create a machine learning model. Then I'm going to create an API endpoint. In this particular instance, I'll use Fast API. So I will send a request to the Fast API, and this request, once it gets to the Fast API is going to make a prediction, it's going to make an inference, and it's going to send the response back. That's what your Fast API is going to do. And then I'm going to put this fast API inside a Docker. So I'm going to containerize this. Then I'm going to push this Docker image to the Docker hub. Okay, then I'm going to go to AWS. I'm going to start an EC2 instance. Then I'm going to pull this Docker image from the Docker hub to the AWS EC2 instance. And then I'm going to start the Docker and access that API endpoint from the public URL. So make sure you have these packages installed: pip install scikit-learn, pandas, and joblib. So this is essentially the code that's actually responsible for training and for saving and training and saving the model. So let me show you the file. Just come over here, and this is the directory where all my code is stored over here. So deploy iris model using fast API on Docker and access API endpoint on AWS EC2. This is kind of a very long name of the directory. So this is the place where I'm storing all the code. The name of the directory is for deploy iris model using fast API on Docker and access API endpoint on AWS EC2. Well, that's a mouthful. Okay, so in this particular instance, the name of that file that would be train and save model. This is this one right here. So you have to run this program, and this program is responsible for generating this particular model. So in this case, I'm actually importing the doing the necessary import, load the iris dataset, create a model, train the model, and then I'm testing on a test data set just to see how exactly how it does. Okay, so this is just a one sample I did. Okay, and then it made a prediction. Okay, and then I'm trying to find out the class name. Then I print out the predicted class, and then I save the model right here. Okay, so after I save the model, you will see this iris model.pkl. This file has formed because I have saved the model. Uh, okay, so after this step, I'm going to create a Docker file. So let me show you the Docker file now. And let's just go up one level up, come back. There you go, Docker file right here. So in Docker file, I'm using version Python 3.12 version. My working directory is /code. This is inside the image. And then I have a requirement.txt file. I'm copying the requirement from the current directory to the code directory that is inside your image. And then I'm running this pip install. This is going to install the necessary package. And the name of the package or the package that I want to install is present inside requirements.txt file. I'll show you this file in a minute. Then I'm copying the .app, everything that's present inside your app directory, inside your code directory of your container. So that would be this right here. So this app that is present inside your local machine is going to get copied to your the Docker image. Okay, and then after that, I'm exposing port 8000. So this way, other application they can communicate with your Docker image on port 8000. So after your Docker is created, I run the Docker. And when you run the Docker, this is the first command that it's going to run. It's going to start the UVCon server. So this particular command right here is responsible for starting your UVCon server. Okay, now we're going to create a fast API server. So the code is present inside this file, server underscore app.py. So let me just show you that file. Come over here, and that is present inside app directory. So go inside app directory, and you're going to see server underscore app.py. Okay, so this is the file that's responsible for serving this particular model. Okay, so in this case, this is the model right here, iris model.pkl. Okay, I'm creating a fast API instance. So if a user sends a regular GET request, it's going to send us, the user is going to get this simple message, welcome to the iris model.api. And then if a user sends a post request at this URL, then the user will also be supplying a data in the form of a dictionary. So that will be a feature, and then I'm going to make a prediction based on the features that I receive from the user, and then I'm going to figure out the class name, and then I'm going to return the class name over here. Okay, so after it returns the class name, the user will get the predicted value, like what the class name is. Okay, and then this is the requirement file. So these are the content of a requirement file. Let me show you requirement file. The requirement file, just go up one level, and the requirement file is right there. So this contains like list of all the Python packages that needs to be installed. So you need to have fast API, this one, UVCon, NumPy, and scikit-learn. These are the versions I used when I was working on this particular project. Okay, and next thing then I did was I created a Docker file. So I showed you the Docker file. Then you start the Docker engine. So the way you start a Docker engine, you go to your desktop and you go to start and you just type Docker desktop. That's all you have to do. This will start your Docker engine. So come over here and just type DOCKAR. I'm assuming you already have Docker installed on your computer. If you do not, just watch my previous video how to install Docker. Okay, so just click on Docker desktop and your Docker will be up and running. This can take anywhere between 1 to like 4 or 5 minutes. Just have patience. So after your Docker engine has started, your screen will look something like this. All right. So next step. Now we are going to build the Docker image. So make sure you run this command right here in the same directory which contains your Docker file. So let's go over here. My Docker file is contained inside this directory. So I open up the Docker file. Open up the directory, and now I'm inside this directory which contains the Docker file that is right there. So right click, open up a new terminal right here. Let's decrease the size of the screen, and let me make this thing a little bigger and resize it. There you go. And let me make this thing a little bit bigger so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to run this command now. So this is called Docker build. Okay, I'm actually running this command right here. Docker build my hyphen t image ml model, hyphen t image ml model, and then dot at the end. Okay, make sure you type this dot right here. Okay, hit enter and just wait for it. Now this can take some time depending on the speed of your network. So just wait, just have some patience. All right, so in my case it's done pretty fast because I already have this done before, so that's why it was so fast. But it could take anywhere between 4 to 10 minutes, by the way, if you're doing it for the first time. Now we're gonna run the container. So the way I run the container is I'm gonna run this command docker run hyphen hyphen name, and then the name of the container is container underscore ml model. That's the name of the container. Okay, so the type docker uh, run hyphen hyphen name, and then I'm gonna call it container ml. You can call it any other name that you want. I'm just calling it container ml model. This is up to you. Okay, minus p, that will be the port 8000 8000 page ml model. Okay, and hit enter and just wait for it. All right, there you go. So now you're gonna see this message, Unicorn server running on this ports. So let's go ahead go to this port now. So we can go to this URL 127.0.0.1 docs, or you can go to this URL. They're both gonna work just fine. So let's come over here. Just type 127, and there you go. You can see that. Great, welcome to the Iris Model API. So that means your URL is working. What just happened was this right here. You see the server app.py. So over here, when I sent the get request, I got this message back right here. So my API server, the fast API server, is working fine. That's why I got this message. That would be this right here. Okay, let's go to docs, and there you go. All right, so this is good. So you can send post request, you can send get request. All right, happy with this thing. Now, next step, now I'm going to access the API endpoint through the Python program. So you can either run this program standalone, or you can run the Jupyter notebook right here. So I'm going to run the Jupyter notebook. The code is essentially same. You can run either one of them. So let's go ahead and open up the Jupyter notebook, and I'm going to run this particular code. So come over here. This is the one. Double click, and there you go. So run this and wait for it. And now this is the data right here. So these are the four flower dimensions right here. Okay, and then I'm sending a request to this URL right here, asking to make a prediction. It's going to make predictions. It's going to store the result inside the predictions. So I'm sending a payload first, and then after it sends a post request. Then it gets a response back. So the response I receive in the form of a JSON file. Then I get the predicted class, and then I put the predicted class inside the prediction. At the end, I print out the prediction right here. So let's go ahead and run this, and there you go. The prediction received from the servers is Setosa versicolor virginica. All right, so that means this one is Setosa, This one is Setosa. So the first two are Setosa. The next two is versicolor and Virginica. So this is versicolor and this is Virginica. That's what the prediction it came from the server. Okay, so this is good. So the Docker is running locally now. That's great. Now I'm going to push this Docker image to the Docker Hub. Okay, so first thing you want to do now is you want to go to your Docker Hub and you want to create an account if you do not have one. It's free. You can create an account. It's very easy. So just go to Docker Hub right here, hit enter, and you're going to see this Docker Hub. Click on this. I already have an account, so it's going to take me straight to my account, and just have some patience. There you go. So now this is my account right here. Okay, so you're gonna see this create a repository. We're gonna create a repository. Make sure you remember your username. This is my username is in this particular Docker is ash322. That's my username. So you can see your username over here. Make sure you remember that. Okay, so create a repository. So let's go ahead and create a repository now, and let's give it a name. So in this case, I'm gonna call it image underscore ml underscore model. All right, so this is the name of my repository, and I'm going to call this thing as this is for demo purpose. Okay, I'm just giving a little short description. All right, so this has to be public. Okay, this is good. Everything looking good, and it even gives you the instruction like if you want to push a new image to the repository using a client, or console, you can use this command right here. Okay, click on create and just wait for it, and there you go. So it has been created now. That's great now. So now this is done. So you can see the ash32 image ML model that's created. Okay, so after this, the next step is create a repository. I created this right here. Now we are going to let's take a Docker image on the local machine. So the way you can find all your images that's running on your local machine is by using this command. So let's go ahead and run that command. So come over here. There you go. And let's open up another terminal. So just come over here and open up a terminal. And all right, let me make it a little bigger so you can see the screen. All right, so let's run this thing. So in this case, I'm going to run the command docker. Oops. All right. What was the command? Let's just see docker image ls. So docker image ls, and there you go. So these are your images right here. So image ml model, this is the one that was created. Okay. Uh, so next step, I'm just going to follow these steps one at a time. So now we're going to tag the image. So the way you tag an image, you write this command right here, docker tag image ml model, and then this particular command. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just come over here. Okay, and let me just see if I can somehow see the screen. All right, so docker. Okay, what was the command? Docker tag image, docker tag image, image ml model, image ml model space, and then this right here, ash32 image ml model. That's the name of your image from the website. You can get it. Just come over here. That is this one right here. Okay, so in your case, it may have your username. I'm just gonna copy that and paste it over here. All right, and hit enter and just wait for it. All right, there you go. It's tagged now. All right, so far so good. So in this case, okay, Ash32 is my username. Now we are going to log in to your Docker. So the way you log in, you type Docker login. Okay, so come over here and type Docker login, and you're gonna see a message authentic. Okay, login succeeded. All right, in my case, it succeeded. That's great. In case if you're not able to succeed, you may see a message like you have to go to a website and just enter a particular code. So just follow the instructions. That'll be fairly easy. Okay, so I did this thing, I log in successfully. Now we're going to push the image to the Docker Hub. This could take few minutes. So this is the way I'm going to push my image. So I'm actually pushing my local image to the Docker Hub. So Docker push and this command right here. So let's go ahead and enter that. So type Docker push, okay, and then local, oops, ash. 3222 forward slash image ml model. All right, and enter, and just wait for it. There you go, it's pushing. Just have some patience. Okay, so it took me like 2 3 minutes before my image got pushed to the Docker Hub. So this image is there. Let's go take a look at that now. Let's go to Docker Hub. Let me refresh my screen, and now you should see that image over here. And there you go. So you can see that it says latest right here. This is the image right here, the one I just pushed a minute ago. Okay, so now step number two, next step is I'm going to create an AWS EC2 instance and pull the Docker image over there. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my EC2 instance. So go to your Amazon account. Okay, so now go to your AWS account and just type EC2 over here, EC2, and you're going to see this EC2 right here. Click on that and wait for it. And there you go. So in this case, I have nothing, no EC2 running. All right, that's good. So now we're going to launch an EC2. So go ahead, click on this launch instance, and you'll see this screen right here. So let's give this a meaningful name. I'm going to call this thing as uh, ML model, ML instance. Okay, just call it machine learning instance. That's what that is. A simple one. Okay, I'm going to use Ubuntu. So go ahead, click on Ubuntu. That's the operating system I'll use. I'm familiar with Ubuntu and Debian. This is another one I'm familiar with. So, okay, picked up Ubuntu, and then instance type. Okay, I'm choosing the free one. All right. Key pair login. In this case, I'm just keeping it simple. So I'm not creating any key pair login, but it's a good idea to create it in case if you want to log in remotely using SSH. So, but in this case, I'm keeping it simple. All right, and network settings, I'm keeping everything in default right here. So, okay, this is good. Allow SSH traffic from anywhere. Allow S3 traffic from the internet. Okay, not checking anything. All right, so I'm just keeping everything default. Okay, go ahead, click on launch instance, and this is going to launch your instance. And now you're going to see this message: select an existing key pair or create a key pair. In this case, I'm going to proceed without key pair. I'm going to try to keep it simple. So by the way, you do this thing in case if you want to connect to your operating system remotely using your own shell. Okay, so launch an instance and wait for it. So please wait while we launch your instance. All right, so this is done now. So now we're going to connect to our instance. So the way you connect is just go to this connect to the instance. So I'll be following these steps right here. Again, just come over here. So image name is Ubuntu. Do not need to create a key pair. This is done. And now we connect to our EC2 instance, connect using public IP. Okay, so connect to the instance, click on this. All right, so now we're gonna connect using public IP right here. So I'm following these steps right. Where's the steps right here? This is the one. So connect using a public IP. So this is done right there. All right. So click on connect right there, and now you're gonna see a console open up. And now I can connect. Basically, I have connected now to the EC2 instance, that little virtual machine that's running. Let me increase the size of the screen so it's a little bit more visible. All right. So over here, if I type ls, that's going to give me the content directory. pwd is a print working directory. All right, great. Now we are going to run series of commands, and the commands I'll be running are these ones right here. Let me just show you. So come down over here, and so I got this EC2 console. This is my console. This is where I'll be running the command. So the first one I'm going to run is I'm going to sudo update, sudo apt update. Okay, so let's do that. So just come over here and type sudo apt update and enter and just wait for it. Okay, this could take some time. After this, I'm going to run this command, sudo apt install docker.io space -y. All right. Okay, so this is good. Let me move this guy over here. Okay, then I'm going to run sudo apt install. So sudo apt install docker.io -y. So docker.io -y hit enter, and there you go. It's going to install a few things related to Docker. Okay, while that's installing, so I've done this command, done this one. Now I'm going to run sudo systemctl systemctl start docker. This is going to this is system control, and this will start your Docker. Come over here. There you go. So sudo systemctl start Docker. Enter, and there you go. Docker has successfully running now because you did not see any message. Now we can check if the Docker is running by running this command right here. So let's go ahead and run this command. Yes, it's going to check for all processes that are running, and I'm going to grep the doc. Okay, and there you go. So you can see there Docker is running. All right. Yeah, Docker is running. Great. So this is so far so good. Now we are going to log into our Docker. So type Docker login, and come over here, Docker login, hit enter, and there you go. So now you get this message. So using a web-based login right here. So to sign in with the credentials on the command line, you actually, or you can actually do this one. Just go to this website right here, okay, and just type this particular code over here. So let's just go do this. I'm just gonna copy this, okay, and go to the website, okay, enter, and now you got the one-time code. So the one-time code is this right here. So just copy this part, copy, come over here, paste it, and continue, and there you go, confirm, and congratulations, you're all set. Now if you come over here, you are good to go. You'll see this message, login succeeded. All right, so now we have successfully logged into our Docker. Okay, so this part is done. Okay, so now I'm going to run this command. This is going to allow me to, it basically it's going to allow me some certain permissions. That's what it does. So let's go ahead and run this command, sudo user mode minus ag. So sudo user mode. Basically I'm user modifying minus a capital G. And then the next one would be Docker dollar user. So Docker and dollar user, enter, and there you go. This is successfully ran. If you did not see any message, then you're going to type this command, new group Docker. So new group Docker. All right, this is good. This thing is done. Now we are going to pull the image on the Ubuntu OS. So the image I'm putting is this one. So we just go show it to you. So this is the image, this is the repository, and that's this image. So this is the image I'll be pulling on that Docker instance right here. Okay, so let's do that. So just type Docker pull hash 322. That's the username, and image ml model, and using default tag, and there you go. So I already had done this thing before, so that's why I got this thing. Otherwise, if you have not done this before, this could take anywhere between 1 minute to 4 5 minutes. Okay, now we're going to run the container. So this is the way to you run a container. You say docker run minus d and this command right here. So let's do that. So just go over here, type docker run minus d minus p 8000 colon 8000. All right, next one. Then you have to type the name of the image, ash 322 image ml model. So space ash 322 image ml model, enter, and there you go. Okay, so this is good. It's successfully running on this port. All right, now the next step, uh, I'm going to open the security group and make sure you have the following: customs TCP port 8000 anywhere. So come over here. uh, this is your EC2 instance. Let me just decrease the size of the screen. It's too big. Okay, let me just refresh the screen. All right, so so you have this instance right here. This is the one ML instance right here. This is the one that I was doing. So go ahead, click on that, and you're going to see the security. Click on security, and Where's that? Security group right there. So click on the security groups, and so you have inbound rules. Okay, so this is the inbound rule. Let's go ahead, click on edit inbound rule. So make sure you have, these are the inbound rules that you have. Okay, so make sure you have this one. uh, where is that one I was showing you? uh, no, not this one. Where is that? Yeah, this one. Custom TCP port 8000 anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So open up this one. Where is that? There you go. So you can just add a rule. So custom TCP port 8000, 8000. All right. And then the next one would be anywhere. All right. Anywhere. And save the rule. There you go. Successfully modified. This is good now. Okay. So this part is done. Next, now you can access the model. You can go to this website right here. So first you need your EC2 public IP. So go ahead, let's go ahead, take a look at that EC2 IP address. Where is that? Just come over here, and they just scroll on top. EC2. All right, click over here, go to your instance ID, and you're gonna see this public ID. This is your public ID right here. Okay, so let me just copy this part right here. Okay, so this is my EC2 public ID. So I'm gonna be typing that over here. Come over here and type http colon, there you go, colon 8000, enter, and there you go. Welcome to the Iris model. So let me increase the size of the screen. There you go. So now I'm able to access that IP. This is on public domain. If I type dogs, and there you go, getting dogs. Great, working. All right, now I can try to see if I can. Where is that? Yeah, I'm gonna try to access that point now. So this is where I'm gonna try to access that. So just come over here, and let me just comment this line out on top, and remove this part and put that over here. This is the 113.127.16.18.28. This is the IP address. Okay, and let's run this, and there you go. Oh, there you go. It made a prediction. Great. So you can see that I'm actually sending a post request to this URL. This URL is not on my local machine. This is actually on running on AWS EC2, and this URL, the IP address, is where is the IP address? There it is. That's the IP address, 13.127.16.16.78. So I hope this session helps. And so this way you can install your machine learning model on the AWS EC2 instance, and you can access your machine learning model anywhere from the web now. Thank you.